going to do a little bit of a standing challenge, standing session, some balance work, some all important squats for leg and quad strength, okay? So if you know you are a little bit more challenged by balance work, make sure you need something supportive to hold on to, a wall, a sturdy chair or table or something like that, okay? So we're going to start with your feet just about hip width apart, and all we're going to do is just really simply lift up to tiptoes and down a few times, okay? So if you just raise your heels as far as you're comfortable with and press your feet back down. We'll do that a few times, just noticing what your foot feels like as you push it down to the floor. Do we feel heavier in one side, or maybe the foot might even feel kind of bigger on one side than the other? Can we think about trying to stretch the foot out as you're pushing it down to the ground? Can we maybe lift a little higher? Also, as we're coming up, can we try and keep your ankles aligned? So your ankles come up in line with your toes and your legs rather than splaying out to the sides. If you want to do more of these, pause, do a few more, or if we can, we're going to go into squats. So from squats, we're going to stick your bum back, bend your knees, take your arms out in front, and then push through your heels as you're coming back up. We'll do that a few times down and up. So warming up the hips and the knee joints, also warming up the muscles around your bum and your thighs, a little bit of tummy work and back work. As we are hinging the bum back and then bending the knees, notice that we're not overarching the back and thrusting the chest forward like this. It's kind of like a straight line from your shoulders to your hips coming back rather than a dip here in the middle, okay? So your lower back will arch naturally a little bit, you're just trying not to exaggerate that as you come up and down. We'll add a little bit in if you feel all right with this, but again, do a few more if you want to. If we can, we're going to come down, and then as we come up, if you bring yourself all the way up to standing, and then at the top, can you lift your heels back up off the floor? Heels back down and back down into a squat, and then come in all the way up first before you lift your heels. If you do that and you start lifting your heels while your body's still forwards, it's going to make you much more likely to topple forwards. So bring yourself up, think about opening up right through the front of the body before you lift your heels back up. And again, we'll do that a couple more times. You can do more if you want to. You can take a rest if you want to at any point. Just press pause and take a rest. But make sure you come back and finish. Okay, so the next bit, staying with squats. So we're starting to feel a bit of fire in the legs possibly. Keep them smaller if you need to. We come down into a squat, and at the bottom this time, you're going to raise your heels up off the floor at the bottom of your squat. So lift and lower, and then up to standing. And we'll do the same again, down. You can do it just one foot if you want. Press that heel down, then the other foot, press it down, and then up to standing. If we feel all right with them, we can come down and we can increase the repetitions of the heel lowers at the bottom, so you can lift and lower, and then up to standing. Again, we'll do maybe two more. Choose the option that you're most comfortable with. So I've said this so many times in classes, squats are so important for us, loads of strength in bum, hips, thighs, especially if we're getting a little older. Really important that we can get ourselves up and down out of chairs without having to rely on holding on to things. So that's why we do squats so often in classes. We've got one more set to do, still with squats, still with a little balance challenge. So we're going to come down, we're going to raise your heels up at the bottom like we've just done, but now can we keep the heels raised? If you need to hold something, then do that. But if you can't, keep your heel raised as you lift yourself up out of your squat. And again, when your body's upright and open at the front, heels back down at the end. Down into your squat, lift your heels at the bottom, raising your body all the way up, and then at the end, heels back down. And again, down, heels lift, standing all the way upright, heels down at the end. We'll do two more. When we stand at the top, can we lift all the way up? Think about this extra height you've got because you're on tiptoes, and try and keep that height by reaching your head up as your heels push down. Just one more time, come down. Heels lift up, raising yourself all the way up to stand. Heels down, head staying long. And we're done. Well done, give your legs a little bit of a shake. Just 5 or 10 minutes there, as I say, you can increase the repetitions if you want to. Couple of stretch options if you're really feeling the burn in your thigh. Standing and bring your foot in towards your bum like this. If you find that particularly difficult for your balance, you can do exactly the same thing. Lay on your front, on the floor, or lay on your side, bringing your foot in towards your bum like this, okay? So just hold for a couple of breaths. We want to think about your lower back being long again, so we're not thrusting your body forwards and arching your back. We'll squeeze your bum a little bit, try and get your knees as close as you can. A little cheat that the body will do is taking your knee out to the side, whether you're doing that lay down or standing, knees together or as close as you can. Squeeze your tummy in, squeeze your bum, push your hip bones forwards. Do that on the other leg as well, and thank you very much for joining me.